Old Testament. Exodus 20:14. You must not commit adultery. Leviticus 20:10. If a man commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, both the man and the woman who have committed adultery must be put to death. Proverbs 6:32. But the man who commits adultery is an utter fool, for he destroys himself. New Testament. Matthew 5:27-28. You have heard the commandment that says, you must not commit adultery. But I say, anyone who even looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Matthew 5:32. But I say that a man who divorces his wife unless she has been unfaithful causes her to commit adultery, and anyone who marries a divorced woman also commits adultery. Matthew 19:9. And I tell you this, whoever divorces his wife and marries someone else commits adultery, unless his wife has been unfaithful. Mark 10:11-12. He told them, whoever divorces his wife and marries someone else commits adultery against her, and if a woman divorces her husband and marries someone else she commits adultery. Luke 16:18. For example, a man who divorces his wife and marries someone else commits adultery, and anyone who marries a woman divorced from her husband commits adultery. John 8:3-7. As he was speaking, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. They put her in front of the crowd. Teacher, they said to Jesus, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says to stone her. What do you say? They were trying to trap him into saying something they could use against him. But Jesus stooped down and wrote in the dust with his finger. They kept demanding an answer. So he stood up again and said, all right, but let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. 1 Corinthians 6:9-10. Don't you realize that those who do wrong will not inherit the kingdom of God? Don't fool yourselves. Those who indulge in sexual sin or who worship idols or commit adultery or are male prostitutes or practice homosexuality or are thieves or greedy people or drunkards or are abusive or cheat people, none of these will inherit the kingdom of God.